Hi, I'm a student from Harmony Science Academy. Today I'm going to show you how to make a game using Game Maker Studio from Yo-Yo Games. First, we are going to download Yo-Yo Games.com. From there you can see the download link. Click on it and it will take you to the home page, and you scroll down and click on Download Game Maker Studio. You can save it in your folder. Then since I have it, let's get started. Today I'm going to show you how to make a game just like the tennis, but 2D. So we're going to click on New, project name, tennis 2D. Click Create, and it should pop up. On your left side you have all the menu that you need to be working with, and on this side right here is where you can see your games going. We don't need to worry about this part much. Alright, let's get started. First, we are going to load a sprite. You right click on it, create sprite, name it a ball, then load sprite. First, to find the sprite picture, you can go to Google Images and just search up all the thing that you need right here. Since I have everything, I'm going to click on ball, click open, and OK. We are going to create 5 sprites. They are ball, edge, miss zone, score zone, and paddle. After that, you can go and create a background for it. So we go and look for background, right click, create background. I'm going to name this main, since it's going to be our main background for our room. Then we're going to load background. As I say, you can find the background at Google or create your own. So I'm going to use green, since it represents grass in tennis. You can edit the background when you click on here, and it gives you varieties of things to do, just like Photoshop. After that, we are going to create a room. So we search up room and right click and create room. As you can see, here's our room. You can zoom in and out using your scroll, or move it as you like. Then we go into background up here, click on it, scroll down, check visible when room starts, and background is our main. As you can see, here's what it looked like without the grid, and here's with the grid. After that, we are going to find sounds for our impact, our miss, and now score. So here I'm going to look for a beep sound for miss. Also, I'm going to find the impact sound. And a miss sound. After you create the room, we are going to create an object for it. So look for object, right click, and create object, or you can click the green ball here. I'm going to name this object obj ball. obj is short for object. Then I'm gonna, right here where it says sprite, you click on this list right here and click on ball, and then click OK. For the event, we're going to look at it later on. So we're going to do this for the ball, the miss zone, score zone, paddle, and the edge. Okay, so after that we go back to our room, click on object. Right here where it says undefined, you click on the list and look for ball. So right now we're going to place the ball onto the court by clicking on it on this side. As you can see, it fit the grid, so you don't have to worry about anything. Like if you have OCD, it'll be fine. After that, we are going to create the edge right here. So we're going to click on the grid again, the list again, and edge. So I'm going to click on it. Right here you can see that it's really small. With this, you can resize it or scale it to a full square in the grid. So instead of doing all of that, I'm going to click Ctrl C to copy it, and then click Ctrl V multiple times to spread it out. Okay, so after the word, it's gonna look like this. As you can see on this screen right here, it's a preview of what it should look like without the grid on it. So we are going to add the miss zone right now. You can see I have it as a net. Then I'm going to click on it, and again it seems small, but you can always scale it up to a full square. Okay, so we have added the miss zone right here. As you can see, it look like a net. Then afterward, we're going to add the score zone over here on the left side. We're going to do the same thing as we did with the edge, by click on the list, click on score, and click it over here. And again, we can always resize. And then after that, we are going to add the paddle. I'm going to put in this side so the ball would bounce toward the score zone instead of going toward the miss zone over here. Right now we are going to add the sound effect for it. So we're going to find sound, right click, and create sound. And I've already picked my sound right here. So I'm going to find it, then click open, rename it, and then click OK. Right, so after that, we are going to add a vent to our object over here. To add a vent, first we are going to click on the ball, double click on it, and check solid for all of the object except for the miss zone. Then click OK for all of them. On our score zone object, we're going to double click on it. On this one, we have one event. By adding event, you can click on add event, collision with the object ball. And on your right side, there are many different features for moving the ball, such as fixed direction, So we're not going to use that. We are actually going to add a score for it. By set score, we're going to put as 1, and we also check this feature right here. So as in every time when you have this check, every time the ball hit the score zone, it's going to increase your score by 1. The second thing we're going to add is sound. As you click on main 1, there are 3 sound. We are going to use the first one. You simply just click and drag it over. On the sound, you can click on the list and look for beep sound. Leave the loop as false and click OK. On our net object, we are going to also add collision with ball. There are 2 actions under it. First, we're going to add score, just like the score zone, but instead of a positive score, we're going to add a negative score, -2. And we also check the relative button down here. So every time you miss the ball and the ball go into the score zone, you can get deducted 2 points. You also add the sound miss on there. So as like before, you click on the list and miss, then click OK. Everything should be fine. On your paddle object, you have 4 events. The first event is a collision with edge. On the move fix, you click on the square in the middle, so stop the movement of the paddle as it reaches the edge zone. The speed will be 0, and you don't have to check the box. Event number 2 are keyboard event. First, you click on keyboard, add no key, and we also add move fix to it. Same thing with collision with edge. We're going to click the square in the middle and click OK. Event number 3 are keyboard. Also, we're going to use up this time. Fix arrow. We're going to click the up arrow and leave the speed at 7 with no relative. The 4th event are also keyboard event. This how we're going down. You drag move fix on there, click on the bottom arrow and click OK. And we're also going to put the speed at 7. The last object we're going to put event on is the ball. On the ball we have 5 events. The first event is create. We're going to set the score as 1 with no relative button check. On the first event we also put on move fix without 4 corner, and the speed is 5 with no relative check. Event number 2 is collision with edge. So we're gonna find collision, click on edge. The action or bounce against a solid object, which is this one right here, as you can see. So we drag it over and we're gonna leave it as default. Click OK, and we are going to add a sound for it. So every time the ball hit the edge, it make a sound. We're going to use beep noise. Event number 3 is going to be collision with object paddle. So click on collision and add paddle. This time we're going to add sound, which is hit. Click OK, and now move fix to the 3 arrow that are facing your right, which are these 3, and put the speed at 1 and check the relative button. Our fourth event is going to be collision with score. Again, we're going to add bounce against solid object and click leave as default. Click OK. And our last event is going to be collision with miss. Our action is jump to start, which is this one right here. We're going to drag it over. So every time the ball hit the miss zone, it's going to start at the starting position. Then we're going to click OK and drag the move fix over and select the four corner arrow and leave the speed at 5 with no relative check. So afterward you can click OK for all of them and then save your game here. And after that you can test run it using one of the two play buttons right here. It should take a while for the game to load, and eventually it will pop up in another screen right here. With this you can see the ball is bouncing against the edge and the score zone. You can move the paddle using the up arrow or the bottom arrow to move it up and down. As you can see, when the ball hit the miss zone, it started the position where I placed it.